Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a different reading. This is really just for those who need it, who's kind of going through something kind of difficult at this time. You know, one of the things that I found that was surprisingly harder to move on from, get over, than a heartbreak or a loss or grieving the loss of another or moving on from something or someone. It was actually surprisingly letting go of someone. The amount of guilt that I had carried with me in letting this person go still stays even till today. Okay, so when people say, you know, it's hard, it's easy for the person to walk away and let go of somebody, I'm just going to tell you guys that's actually not the truth. That's not actually the fact at all. I mean, not from my own personal experience with it. And this was someone I loved. This was a family member. Okay, when you love somebody and you gotta walk away from someone, it's heartbreaking. It's something I could cry to just talking about this right now. Even if not walking away from them, let's just say permanently, or for you know, this is maybe someone still in your life, but you decided you can no longer have that same kind of connection you did before, when you know, when anything was possible, when you didn't have to restrict your interactions, or when you didn't have to limit your visitations or your conversations. And I'm going to tell you guys, I finally came to that decision to let this person go, not because I wanted to, not because they did something, but because I knew, regardless of how many efforts, how many tries, how many chances, how much explaining, how many arguments, how much of me pouring out my heart and soul to this person, hoping that they would finally understand, they would never be able to see it from your point of view or perspective, because I found out this thing called covert narcissism. It's a very painful thing if you've ever lived with a narcissistic family member, a parent, a sibling, a cousin, a grandparent, anybody, cousins, or just a friend who was in your life for a very long time. And or maybe we grew up in a very narcissistic upbringing. You kind of feel bad for this person, because my understanding and my hours of research into it, I'm no way in any shape, way, or form a psychotherapist, but I did my extensive research into it. I just pounded hours and hours watching what they had to say, reading their you know, publications and their research findings, and all of them, I barely found that there was hope, or there was some kind, I mean, not that there isn't hope for narcissists, you know, definitely don't want to say that, because there are actually people who are realizing that they may have the narcissistic personality or tendency. I mean, we all have a little bit of narcissism in us, okay? I'm not going to tell you I'm no white, shiny unicorn or perfect in any way. I have my flaws too, and I definitely can see how my narcissism tendencies can be triggered around certain people. That's my fight or flight, you know, that's my reaction and defense. But I'm talking about those who are so locked in that that's all they exhibit, you know. It's always about them. They don't really care if you are enjoying it, what you're getting out of it. It's always very unbalanced, no matter what scenario, situation. It almost feels like they always have their hand in the pie. Okay, they always have more. They're getting more out of the situation than you are. You know, anytime. I'm not talking about like you pay this meal, I pay the next one. No, I'm talking about even they know. This is something they know, that even when they're doing something for you, they'll make sure you remember it. even if it's something such a small favor, even if it's not even, maybe it's a couple of dollars, okay? They'll make sure they bought your lunch. They'll make sure they provided you with a jacket or something, but there's something else that you needed, you craved for, some kind of balance. They will never acknowledge or address that, and that's when it's so painful that you gotta let this person go, because you still love this person, but you feel like you can't change them. And that's the thing here that I learned about covert narcissism, because there are a different grade of narcissism. We got the covert, we have the grandiose, and I think there's another one, I believe, right? There's like 3 different types. And then of course we got the other things going on. We got the bipolarness, we got depression, we got psychopaths, we got sociopaths, but I'm talking about just the covert narcissist right now. If you've struggled with a covert narcissistic family member, or a lover, or friend, or whoever, it is so difficult. And I feel whoever this is in the collective, because I was picking up, I think it was for the sign of Capricorn, or it was the sign of Taurus, Sagittarius, one of them. Maybe you have those signs in your chart. Maybe that is the sign of your person or you. There was this energy that I was picking up, and I wanted to make a separate video about it, and this is why I'm doing it here. It's because I can really personally relate to that situation that was coming out in the reading, and I hadn't really been reminded or thought really too much of it, and that's why some of these cards sometimes can be so helpful. They bring up emotions. They make us see things that we weren't seeing. It wasn't the way we were seeing it. It's just kind of like how it is, and letting us kind of dive deeper into that angle for a second. And what I was getting here was the covert narcissism, from what I researched and know, is that this person is kind of depressed. Okay, so you want to save them. At the same time, they exhibit this sign of depression. Like, you always feel like there's a dark cloud over them. Nothing's going right. Nothing's perfect. Everything sucks. They don't have enough money. They didn't have the right family. They didn't have the right upbringing. They didn't have tools. They didn't have technology. They didn't have enough of something, and it'll never be enough. That's the thing with covert narcissism, and that's the most draining part of it. It's not that they just suck. I can kind of deal with it if they're a covert narcissist, and because they're not full-time covert narcissists. I mean, if you've ever lived with one, or if you've ever loved one, or if you've ever been friends with them, they have their ups. They have great personalities too. They have bright, beautiful. You think they have the most beautiful, perfect future ahead of them. If only they would get out of their own way. But that's the thing that you'll never see, is them getting out of their own way. And what they resort to is using you to help finance a goal of theirs. And they can't lose you either, because they might threaten to kill themselves. They might threaten to hurt themselves. They might stalk you. They might become emotionally manipulative. They might try to win you back at all costs, regardless of how many boundaries they're willing to break. Even if you tell them, don't speak to me, don't call me, don't contact me, they might show up at your door. They might try to, even if you lock the door, try to still open it. It is so terrifying. It's terrorizing what they will do to accomplish their goal, what they want. There is no stopping them. It's like crazy, okay? And it's so heartbreaking sometimes when you feel like you can't, you just feel bad for them. In general, you just start feeling bad for them. You feel so bad for them, you feel guilty for leaving them, because you know that they need saving. And you know what covert narcissists are so attracted to? Empaths. Because empaths understand. They will actually go deep. They will actually try to understand why this person's feeling the way they are. They will really try to embody this person's pain as if it's their own. They will really try to be this person's, not just only to help them solve all their problems, but also be with them, hold their hand, and go with them along the way. So it's so terrifying here when this person starts to see you as a means to an end. You know what I mean? It's not reciprocated. And that's something that I really had to tell myself. This person is not an empath. This person is an emotional shark. They will do whatever they can to get their own emotional fulfillment at whatever cost. They will always feel like you owe them something. This is just how it should be. They will never appreciate what you do for them. It will never be enough. In fact, you are always indebted to them. You are always owing them something. And if there's anything that you do right, that's how come you didn't do better. You put the food on the table. You are also, a housewife, a mother, and you also maybe have a part-time job, or maybe some of you full-time job, not even a housewife. Maybe you are a working mom, okay, or a working dad, okay. They come home, they're like, how come the light isn't off in the room? They start making a fit. They start complaining about bullshit. You know what I mean? This is not exactly bullshit in their eyes, but it's just because you will never, ever fulfill their need of importance in this life, because they can't find it within. One thing that I learned very, very harshly is when I start seeing people who are very aggressively needy, emotionally manipulative, and of course not needy and emotionally manipulative people are all narcissists. I mean, they're just going through something. Sometimes a lot of people just, they go through a phase. Maybe it's a short phase of a brief. Maybe they went through something very freaking tragic or trauma, and that's their level of defense. They have to be a little bit narcissistic because they got to save themselves because they went through something very traumatizing. But if it stays, sometimes it's a temporary thing, it's a phase. If it lasts for years and years, it's not just like a month to a year to 2 to 3 year thing that you don't see signs of improvement, or at least they're not looking, researching, studying, or trying to look for ways for them to better improve or work on themselves, then that means they don't feel like there's anything wrong with them. They feel like everything is wrong with other people. It's other people that need to change and fit to their mold. They need to, act accordingly. It's their world. We just live in it. But did we choose them? No, they chose us. They picked us. Wasn't it so funny? The narcissist sought you out. Right? The love bombing phase. Making you feel like your world, oh my God, what? Because they know what you want. They know what it's like to feel that way. So they are very, very in tune with emotions. But they can't ever, ever reciprocate it. No matter how much you hope and how much you wish that somebody would finally come to their senses, like, look, stop being the woe is me. Look. Stop feeling like I owe you anything. Stop feeling privileged. Stop feeling entitled. Stop feeling like the whole world owes you and that you're better than everybody and that all the attention should be on you and that you're the best at everything. You can do everything. And when somebody does something very good, it's not noteworthy. It's whatever, and you get jealous. Those are your signs of narcissism. They look at your little bruises and your cuts like, oh, you'll be okay, you'll be fine. But when they look at their small little tiny bruise that they got, they'll make it seem like it's a fucking life-altering ending thing for them, because they put them on the pedestal so high that you are almost nowhere even near their height, okay? Maybe if they kind of really like you, they really find that you're an amazing person, you have amazing qualities, they recognize that, because narcissists usually look for people with tremendous qualities, who are really hot, who are really smart, who are very articulate, who can make money, who can help them. Because remember, narcissists always look for an extension of themselves. They did gravitate you, they did stalk you, or find you, or become a little bit obsessed with you, because there's something that you have that they know they don't have in themselves, and you being there makes them feel good. It makes them feel like they have it, makes them feel not so alone. But this is the kind of person you need to leave behind. I am still struggling with this because in my whole life I have, have come up with thousands, millions of reasons, excuses to hopefully explain this person's actions in every way possible that I can, to say they're not a bad person, they're just going through something, they're depressed, they have self-pitying, they come from a poor or unstable home, or they had a really rough upbringing, their family is not doing so well, family's already in another country, don't have a job, don't have any money, don't have any security. So you kind of try to be understanding, try to understand what's going on with this person, because you can understand, you may have been through it too in some way, shape, or form. You kind of understand, regardless if you went through it or not, or felt whatever, you kind of make up excuses for them. But then you find out you're being taken advantage of, and nothing will ever be the equal, never ever will be the same, and nothing will be reciprocated. And that's when you really have to let this person go. Maybe not permanently out of your life, maybe not disconnect them entirely, but you gotta make your interactions with them professional almost. So I started doing that. And I'm telling you, I feel this inner guilt. It's almost like they are channeling emotional manipulation for me to feel guilt. Because, I was angry, I was mad, I was sad. None of those emotions were ever addressed. They always wanted me to address theirs. Theirs came above mine. And it was them who started it, you know what I mean? And it's just, they never take responsibility of their actions or their emotions or the emotional manipulation they throw onto others. And that's when you gotta walk away. So we're in this reading here. If you are dealing with a narcissist, sometimes the grandiose ones are very easy. They're very obvious to tell, like Trump, okay? Someone who just doesn't hear anybody. It's all about me. He's got to have a stage to talk about himself all the time. It's just, he's like the textbook of grandiose narcissists, but the covert one doesn't act like that, not at all. They're the shy ones. They're the introverted ones. They're the ones that don't feel so good about themselves. If you put a microphone or a speaker in front of them, they don't really want to speak. They don't feel like they can't speak. They're not going to jump on the stage like Trump, okay? They're the ones that feel like, they are very, almost humble at times. But it's when they need something, take something very important out of their life and see how and it's usually money, see how they go about it. Is it manipulative? That's when you gotta look up. And remember, I told you I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychotherapist. Look up covert narcissism. And if you feel like you have somebody in your life and you feel like you keep giving yourself to this person over and over and over, financially, emotionally, mentally, supportive, all of that, and you're feeling completely drained, like, God damn, I have nothing else to give you, it's time to maybe cut ties or place boundaries. Just really depends, because sometimes it's very difficult to cut out your family, Sometimes very difficult. I think, even my mom right now, she's like, I can't be with him, but I love him. It's difficult. It's very difficult. But those are the relationships here where it's going to play a major impact. It's going to be a wrecking ball. It's going to be a domino effect. It's not just going to stop at just you and this person. It affects everybody around you and this person. It's like a contagion. It's literally like a poison you can't see. Okay, so if you guys are dealing with somebody who you just really want to cut ties with, I feel you. Okay, I will be doing more readings on how to maybe cut ties with something, and maybe letting us, just kind of seeing maybe they're, if you don't really want to talk to them. Let's see what Spirit wants to show. If you don't really want to talk to them and you're still interested and curious as to what their well-being is, how they're doing, You know, you need that distance, but you still want to know. I'm going to go ahead and draw 3 cards right now to see how this person's doing, okay? But this reading right here is going to talk about start to finish. What you need to do, what you need to know, and how all the energies are connected right now between you and this person. You got the Magician in the reverse. I'm telling you. What do you guys know about the Magician in the reverse? Narcissist. Okay. So this person's energy right now is the High Priestess, the Magician in the reverse, and the Lover's reversed. Okay. Let's take a look here, see what this is. This could be a water sign that you're dealing with. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Signs right now are very insignificant in this reading, but I will tell you the ones that are popping up. They could have water, they could have fire. 7 of Swords would come out when lies, deception, manipulation. We have a very manipulative card, the trump of all manipulative cards in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords, we have the Hierophant, and we have the 5 of Wands. Surprise, surprise. Conflicts, arguments, clashings. Okay. Starting from start to finish, we start with King of Cups, love bombing stages. We come with emotional vulnerability, expression of love, connecting emotionally. This bond that we have is just intense. It's intense with this person. It's not to say it was all fake. I don't believe any part of it was fake. In fact, it was really real for them too. The Judgment right next to this whole situation was Strength. Some of you guys have come a long way. But somebody here is not seeing how toxic this situation is. They want to revive a situation, but yet they don't want to make changes. They think things should just go back to how things used to be. But see, with the Strength card, they also have a sense of jealousy, envy, or they don't really want you to excel, or at least not accelerate past them. They want you to accomplish your dreams and goals, yes, because they want to be there with you. I mean, if you succeed, they succeed, right? Because they see you as an extension of them. But they don't want you to go too fast that you are passing them up in laps, okay? 7 of Swords here with the Fool, with the Page of Pentacles. This person right now might be wanting to come back for a second chance, giving you a message here, but they're lying here about this new beginning that they want. This message here comes with an ultimatum. This message here of promises of a new beginning, promises of they'll change, promises here of, you know, they'll help out financially, they'll give whatever they can, they'll be supportive, they'll be a loyal friend, they'll be however way they want you want them to show up in your life as, but this new beginning comes with strings attached. So how we're going to end this situation here is the Queen of Swords, making that logical head over heart decision, not using any emotions here. Even though this is your soulmate, even though this is someone who's very special, someone who you feel very strong connection with, because what's going to happen here is the 5 of Wands. What start to end is because this is still not very clear. This person right here, the energy is going on between you both, is this is going to be on the constant, this is what's going to keep constantly replaying. 7 of Swords, the Fool, and the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is hardly an offer, but they'll make it seem, they'll dress it up like it's the most fanciest thing you've ever seen, and they'll make it seem like it's something that you don't have in your life and you can't have any better, that you're nothing, you're you know, what, you're gonna get that? No, I mean, they're gonna be jealous if you do get something. Let's just say you want something. Let's just say I mean, this is very manipulative. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It is so manipulative. Look at what just flipped out, guys. The 7 of Swords. That's lies, that's deception, that's betrayal. That's someone wearing a mask, coming off as a friend, It really is a foe. They don't have the intention to make you happy. It's really for them. It's really for them. This is somebody here who's camouflaged, who's kind of blended in to an enemy. I wouldn't say enemy, that's too strong of a word. But they go into a campsite. They go into your territory thinking that they are one of you. But they're not. They're there to rob you. Okay? Of something. They're trying to go there. They went there because you have something they need. I don't like this. Okay? Alright, let's see what else. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. It's not a real offer. Okay, it's not a real offer. I'm doing this in the month of November, so I don't know who needs to hear it. I mean, this is Scorpio season. We're dealing with an intense energies, and real intentions will be exposed, okay? Because we're kind of digging deep into some things we didn't want to address. We just kind of let things, okay, so everything's kind of fine right now, so, you know, okay. But just when these things come up, yeah, they are big deals, aren't they? They say the meanest, the harshest, the cruelest, the most fucked up things. Okay, let's see if this is really going to change. I want to see if they will change, right? If you're one of those people who want to give, you know, someone the benefit of the doubt. You want to, and I believe not all narcissists are doomed to, you know, never change or never heal or never get better, or better in our sense, right? Emotionally, non-manipulative kind of way. Now stop thinking about them so goddamn much. Stop being so selfish. That's what I mean by change. Will it be about you? I mean, obviously they do think about you. It's not like narcissists don't care, but it's always self first, self first. We always say put ourselves first before others. Yes, it's good, but we gotta know sometimes when we do that too much, yeah, that can get narcissistic, or you become you literally become a doormat. If this person is going to change, I'm going to see here what this card is. If you were to decide to go back or stay, or to take them back, or allow them to meddle into your affairs, okay, to kind of squeeze, kind of wiggle their way back into your life, how they used to be before the distance. Let's take a look here, see what will happen, okay? Well, there's a victory for somebody. I don't know if that's going to be for you, but let's take a look here. So if you guys were, I do see on top of that, arguments. Yeah, okay. 10 of Wands, burden, challenges, feeling, oh my God, when is it going to end? When is it going to get lighter? You're constantly on this, like, what am I doing this for? Some of you could be difficult because you're already in a relationship with them, or there's something going on here, right? You're partnered with them, you work with them, you are, you know, a family member, you established something with them already, so it's difficult, it's challenging, you've been wanting to leave. Someone here is going to feel the victory. And I don't know if this is you, because that's that Magician here. This person who wants back into your life. Okay, fire sign, water sign, air sign. Will they heal? Some of you, I'm going to tell you, yay, I'm happy to see this. Yes. But they need to know, they need to go through an awakening. They need to go through a rude awakening. Okay? In order to go, they need to have awakening to really heal it, to reset their energy somehow. In order to have that, well, you got to be the phoenix, the rising of the phoenix. And what does the phoenix do before rising? Went to ashes. Okay, you got to go and crumble. You got to really feel like, wow, you know, damn, I'm not that big of a deal. I'm not that hot of a shit that I think I am, you know. They got to go through that. They got to go through something here, and they got to really reset their vision. I'm not saying like they got to suffer, but yeah, suffer comes with it. It comes with, you know, they got to go through the dark night of the soul. The Lovers in reverse. Okay. They don't really have, at this time, if you're wondering about them, this desire to talk to you, to make things better. If they do want to make things better, it's because they have something that they want from you. The High Priestess, they believe that you are upset with them. They feel like you are hiding something from them. You're being actually, you know, yeah, they feel like right now, they feel like you have like betrayed them in some sort of way. It's the energy that I'm getting. But you're the rescuer. Can you keep doing it? You're the servant. You're a queen and the victim. Guys, look at that. Look how Spirit just threw these cards out. You're the victim, but you are the power of the queen or king. But you're a servant to this person. You keep trying to rescue them. But you, in hopes of rescuing them, you are making yourself the victim. You're being victim. You're letting yourself be victimized by this person right now by trying to help and serve them with a free and loving heart. But you need to go back into your feminine queen energy. You have this energy. That's why they're so attracted to you, drawn to you, because without this person in your life, you would have just been this, okay? You would just be this. Because this person's in your life now, you're the queen and the servant and the rescuer and the victim. See this person here. Slave and Samaritan. My God, how many, like, okay. So here we have the message here, surrender this right now, with the power of choice to the divine with complete trust. I know it's hard to make this decision right here. This is selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to Spirit. Remember, I told you about this awakening. The only real way for them to reset that narcissism energy here is to really selflessly devote them to a single-minded dedication to Spirit. Allow that rising of the phoenix, allow that dark night of the soul to happen, because they need you for something and they're not going to be able to get it. They need to surrender their power of choice to the divine with complete trust. This is you. And see, it's all about, here refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. See, they do need to try to trust. There's something here they need a lot of work on here. Okay? They want something they can't have, and they need to know that they can't just they're not the 5-year-old that just can cry for a toy and get it. Okay? That's the energy here that I'm getting for whoever really needs this and healing from this right now. You are your goddess. You are a feminine goddess, God, okay? You have the God light energy in you guys. There's something here that wants to shine through, but you're allowing it to temper or dimmer your energy because of this person being very manipulative and controlling, not even participating. It's not balanced. It's not reciprocated. But things will get better, okay? So I love this. If you don't want to let this person completely go, maybe limit contact, maybe put up boundaries, maybe have them as a friend but not as a lover. Maybe this person can still be in your life but not in a romantic sense, because they could still also be awesome friends, right? They're very, very, very protective of those they love, narcissists. They are, because they can't seem to fathom how anybody else would hurt you besides them. Only they are allowed to hurt you, nobody else can. So maybe they are a good friend if you want them around. Okay, maybe some of you guys are like, hell no, fuck that. And I totally get that too, but there's going to be a win-win. I love this. This is a win-win on both sides. Win, win, win. Okay. Ten of Pentacles, the Sun. When it comes to money, when it comes to stability, when it comes to security, when it comes to the family and the home. Your love life and your home life is getting better. Something here is going to feel peaceful, is what I'm getting. Filled with compassion and love, again. What you need, what you deserve, and what's rightfully yours to experience in this life. It was indebted to you, you know? Okay, before we get all, yeah, don't want this to be, like a heart sob. But you know, I feel it. I feel this really heavily. I'm going to post it out. Maybe somebody needed to hear it today. Okay? If you want to look into anything, that's not the deck I was looking for. What was I doing that for? If you need to get a reading, see what Spirit has to say about your energies and the people you're dealing with, go ahead and contact me. Okay. I am doing readings privately. Okay, here we go. All right. See, something you need to know out of this. Something you need to know out of this. Thank you. Something you need to know out of this. Okay, that was fast. 2 and 2. Earth Angel. You're a light worker who's come to Earth to teach about love. Isn't that so funny that this whole issue here is about not having love? But you're showing this person love. You're teaching what love is. You are the embodiment of love. You are love. But you're a light worker who's come to Earth to teach about love. You need to clear yourself of a certain energies. Look at that. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. Detox your friendships. Holy crap. Detox your relationships with certain people. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time with. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. And face financial fears. Maybe you're holding on to this person because you feel like you can't make it yourself, or you can't do it alone. Maybe they bring security or some way. You don't work. Maybe they are the breadwinner, whatever way, shape, or form. Maybe you're afraid. You're just allowing yourself to be in the situation right now because something is better than nothing. But no, it's saying you can do it all on your own. When you're honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness. You'll realize that you, in fact, have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with and released these self-doubts and had faced these challenging obstacles too. But trust me, I don't know why I said Capricorn. Trust me, guys. It could be a Capricorn watching this, and you could be dealing with Capricorn and Capricorn in your chart. This is really for any sign, those who need it, but you can do it. Yes, you can. I've been there before. I was pretty much almost homeless. I didn't have anywhere to go because my partner cheated on me. This was many years ago. I was in school. I was working. I was in school. I was barely working at the time. I didn't really have enough to have my own place. And I was actually taking finals at the time, so I was still trying to finish up my degree. But then all of a sudden everything happened and everything just spiraled out of control, and I knew I couldn't stay in that toxic situation anymore. Even though there was stability, there was security. I mean, hell, I was with this guy for 12 years. But it wasn't that difficult for me once I got out. In fact, I don't know what kind of help I had from spirit, but it bounced me right back. And the next thing I knew, things were just coming to me. I was like a magnet for opportunities. People who were just coming to me, hey, I'm starting a business. Hey, I'm doing this. Would you like to do it with me? And it was like, what? That's so crazy. It's like things will work itself out. The universe, when you make a plan, when you make a step, when you take a step towards, remember that phrase, if you take a step towards the gods will take a leap towards you. But they just got to see that you got to walk out and got to take your own move, and don't stay in a place where you feel is toxic. It's a negative environment. Okay. Remember, detox your friendship, your relationships, your abundant flow is actually being affected by whom you are holding on to, whom you're spending time with. So be very discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring you, who are generous, who give to you, who are supportive and telling you you're doing a great job, and not telling you what a failure you are and how picking at your flaws all the time until, you bleed. I think what was so crazy was the fact that I saw the queen, the victim. You're a victim to this person. You've been victimized, and you still want to rescue the person who victimized you because you feel like you're their servant some sort of way. Maybe this is past life karma, you feel like, but you are actually the queen. Without this garbage, you are just the queen. Alright guys, hopefully this helped. I really don't know why I felt this way to do. Okay, some of you, maybe it's a twin flame relationship, okay? But I'm also getting this is something else. Once you do this, this is going to bring massive healing energies to you, and this is going to bring about a twin flame. Because the answer to your question here also involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let that be for now. Okay, we're going to just stop it here. Thank you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.